You should hear the media today. It's pathetic. If we were talking about the First Amendment, as I've said repeatedly, they'd be going nuts about a dictator. But because we're talking about the Second Amendment, they cheer him on. Where's this jerk from CBS, this Bob Schieffer, this dinosaur? Which cut is it? Cut 15. I want you to listen to this clown. Excuse me, I can't use the word clown. I want you to listen to this jerk. Bob Schieffer. Cut whatever. Go.
What happened in Newtown was probably the worst day in this country's history since 9/11.
Let's stop a second. Maybe it was. It was certainly horrific. Maybe it wasn't. But why does it have to be the worst day? It was a horrific day. It was a horrific day. There's no doubt about it. But what's he trying to get at? Where is he trying to build this? This is a newsman. This is one of these pretend journalists I talk about. A Potemkin journalist, a phony. Go ahead.
Found Osama bin Laden. We tracked him down. We changed the way that we dealt with that problem. Surely, finding Osama bin Laden, surely passing civil rights legislation, as Lyndon Johnson was able to do.
Stop. What the hell does this have to do with anything? This is how the screwballs, this is how their minds work. This guy needs to see a doctor, in my humble opinion, Mr. Producer. This guy needs to be checked. No offense. I'm not saying anything terrible. I'm just concerned. I mean, if all of us have to, they should too. Go ahead.
That surely defeating the Nazis was a much more formidable task than taking on the gun lobby.
Stop. Ho. Defeating the Nazis a more formidable task than taking on the gun lobby? You know what, Bob Schieffer? You're a very sick old man. You really are. Your liberalism often now spews forth like somebody who's heaving. You pretend you're a newsman. You've been around for at least a century. They used to have a retirement rule over there at CBS, 65. Yeah, you're obviously well beyond that. But how pathetic you are. Go ahead, Mr. Producer.
This is a turning point in this country, and the president is going to have to do more than just make a speech about it. This is one of the best speeches I've ever heard him deliver. But
Stop. So see, he's an advocate. He's and you'll hear this at the top of the hour in many of our own news programs. They're advocates now. They're propagandists. This guy's a propagandist. He's an advocate. He's telling you, president has to do this. He gave a great speech, one of his greatest ever, but he's going to have to do more. Look, we defeated the Nazis. We got to defeat the gun lobby. You know, like the NRA. I'm surprised they didn't talk about the Jewish lobby, but let's just stick with the NRA. We got to defeat the gun lobby. I mean, folks, if we can get Osama bin Laden, if we can defeat the Nazis, we've got to defeat the National Rifle Association. You jerk. You little nobody. Go ahead.
To take more than that from the White House, he's going to have to get his hands dirty. He's going to have to get in there and work this problem until he gets it done. But unless we figure out a way to make sure that something like Newtown never happens again, we're not the country that we once were. I think we still are. I think there's hope.
I can't take it. Shut him up. So unless we figure out, ladies and gentlemen, I have figured it out, Mr. Producer. I have figured it out. I know how we can prevent future mass murders. You know how we can do that, Mr. Producer? Round up everybody. Just put a crime tape all around the country. Disarm everybody. Put everybody in a padded room. And just do that. I want to explain something to this phony journalist, to this pretend dinosaur here. We can't stop murder in federal prisons, you idiot. We can't stop murder in state prisons, in county jails, in city jails, where people are behind bars. where the government controls their every movement, when they take a crap, when they take a shower, when they eat their meals, when they exercise. Everything is controlled. And we can't control murder and rape and assaults in our prison system. And suddenly, it's not the country he remembers if we can't prevent these things in the future. Does anybody remember Bob Schieffer supporting solid originalist judges for the court system in this country? No. Does anybody remember Bob Schieffer supporting serious, substantive, long sentences for dangerous criminals? Dangerous criminals? I don't. Do you? No, I don't either. What a jerk. What a jerk. Well, you know, he's a senior, what do they call him? He's a senior statesman of the media. He probably is a senior statesman. He's a pretender. But look how he's cheering on Obama. You've got to do this. You got to get your hands dirty. It was one of your greatest speeches ever, but you got to do this. Did the man speak at any time about any evidence, any factual information, any statistics? No. And the reason is this. He's every bit the drone as the drones he's talking to. Yes, he's every bit the drone of the drones he's talking to. The facts don't matter to Bob Schieffer. Bob Schieffer's a cheerleader. He's a clapping seal. Somebody give him a ball so he can balance it on his nose. I'll be right back.